personally. It's nice to see all of you here today. Good afternoon to all of you. Okay, for the next 20 minutes, I will be talking about metabolism and weight loss. Let's start. Okay. It's a common belief that the person that is slim tends to have a higher metabolism and the person who's overweight has a lower metabolism. For example, we have two persons here. I'm not sure if you guys can recognize them, but they are quite famous people. The first one is Kate Moss, the supermodel, and this is Kate Winslet. Okay? Kate Moss here has always been slim. She doesn't need to diet to fit into a size 2 dress. Kate Winslet here, on the other hand, has always been chubby since her childhood days. Okay? So do we ever wonder why is it so easy for some people to always remain slim, while others try so hard just to lose that few pounds to squeeze into that nice green gown? Is this discrepancy really solely due to metabolism? We often know that, yes, metabolism is related to our weight to a certain extent, but many of us do not know what is the exact factor that links these two entities together. So, I'm going to help you uncover the hidden link. This link can actually be very simply discovered just by looking at some basic principles regarding metabolism and weight loss. Let's start by looking at metabolism. Metabolism is a very complex biochemical process, but we can simplify it by looking at it this way. It's basically food undergoing oxidation to give us energy, which is required for our body for bodily functions. Most of what we eat contains calories, except for maybe water. Therefore, the number of calories that you burn per day is known as total energy expenditure, in short, TEE. We can look at metabolism this way. The number of calories that's being oxidized to give you your total energy expenditure. There are three factors that governs our total energy expenditure. The first factor is the basic baseline body needs, food processing, and physical activity. Let's discuss the first factor. Even at rest, while you are sleeping, your body needs energy, okay, for important bodily functions such as for your liver, your brain, and your heart, etc. to continue to work. Those of you who uses a computer, it's a similar thing when you put your computer into a sleep mode. Your basal metabolic rate is the one that's responsible to burn the calories to give you sufficient energy even at rest. Although it's a basal metabolic rate, but it accounts for 75% of your total energy expenditure. Most of us have a fairly consistent basal metabolic rate. The second factor is food processing. When we digest, absorb, and transport food, we need energy to do so. This accounts for only 10% of the total energy expenditure. However, just as in the basal metabolic rate, this percentage tends to stay fairly consistent. The third factor is an important factor to know, which is your physical activities. This will account for the remainder of your total energy expenditure. And this is the only area that's within our control. It depends on how much activities you do, how long you do, and how intense are the activities. I did mention that basal metabolic rate tends to stay fairly constant. It can transiently increase for short term if you're having a fever, or you're in a cold temperature, in a cold climate place, or you're having a stressful situation. Fasting, starvation, and malnutrition actually lowers your basal metabolic rate. But however, these three factors here are the effects that can have a more long-term and permanent effect on your basal metabolic rate. Let's talk about the first one. The bigger you are, the more energy you need. And muscles are known to burn more calories than fat. Therefore, if you have more muscles, you will have a higher resting basal metabolic rate. As we age, our muscle mass decrease. General body function will also decrease. In general, your metabolic rate will decrease with age. Our gender is another factor. Men, compared to the women of the same age and weight, will have more muscle. Therefore, men will have a higher basal metabolic rate. Across the board, as you can see, it's muscles and muscles and muscles. The common factor is muscles. We cannot stop ourselves from aging, okay, not with the current technology. We cannot also change our gender. However, we can always opt to build more muscles, which will help you to have a higher metabolic rate. Looking at Kate Moss and Kate Winslet's picture earlier, it seemed logical to think that being overweight is because my metabolism rate is lower. But to be honest, most of the time we have normal metabolic rate. Only in very rare occasions do we have low metabolic rate. For example, when we have underactive thyroid. Therefore, we have to look at metabolism as just a process. We cannot put the blame on metabolism for our weight gain, because our weight gain is totally dependent on these two factors. The balance between the amount of calories you take and the amount of calories you burn. If you are burning more calories than what you consume, then you will have weight loss. If you are burning less calories than what you are taking in, you will have weight gain. It's very simple. The hidden link is exercise. As I mentioned earlier, across the board, the common factors that can affect your metabolism is muscles. And the only way we can build muscle is through exercise. Exercise has two benefits to your body. It helps you to burn calories. On top of that, you build muscles. That will also depend on the type of exercise that you do. Natalie is an expert in exercise. She will probably tell you more about this area. But generally, the way I see exercise is categorized into two areas, aerobic and anaerobic exercise. The first type of exercise basically involves running, walking, and in general, it's been recommended that as long as you do just 30 minutes of exercise like brisk walking, it's an easy and an excellent way to burn calories. The other form of exercise is anaerobic exercise. Normally, it involves using weights to build muscles. And it's good to build muscle because you will counteract age-related weight loss or muscle mass, and also you will burn more calories. So the key factor here is muscle mass to increase your basal metabolic rate. It's a very short talk because the points are very concise. To summarize, I'd just like to say metabolism is just a process. We should not continue to blame metabolism for our weight gain. Our weight is basically determined by the amount of calories you take compared to the amount of calories you burn. Exercise is the link between metabolism and weight. And exercise helps to counteract energy imbalance and also increase metabolism. This diagram summarizes the entire talk. Just follow me through. Mentioned earlier, our weight depends on the amount of calories we consume over the amount of calories we burn. If you're consuming more than what you burn, you gain weight. Metabolism is just a process to burn calories. In this picture, it is represented by the flame on the torch. When you exercise, you are increasing the size of the fire, which means you're increasing your metabolism, and that will increase more calories that are being burned. And if the amount of calories you burn is more than what you take, it will result in weight loss. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you all learned something.